get those from the little chart that we put on our 4.1 notes. Okay, odd, negative. Okay, because it doesn't matter how many squiggles are inside. We just know that on the left-hand side, f of x goes to positive infinity as x goes to negative infinity. That's the same right there. And then on this side, I'm going to put a positive infinity right there just so you can see. The graph goes down as x goes right. Okay, that's what they're asking on that one is you just have to visualize what it's going to look like and does it go up or down on the left and on the right. The first thing they say is going to be the left. The second thing they say is going to be on the right. Okay, so even if you don't read it correctly, just know f of x is the graph. Does the graph go up first or down? Okay, that's what you're answering. Now, on these polynomial function questions, right, remember the exponents have to be positive whole numbers. Okay, if they have negative exponents or they have decimal exponents, it'll be no. The answer is no. Okay, standard form would be like this. Highest exponent has to come first, highest to lowest. Right, degree is the highest degree, the highest exponent. Okay, so remember we learned the type. 1 is linear, 2 is quadratic, 3 is cubic, and 4 is quartic. Okay, so that's what you need to know on these. The lead coefficient would be the number in front of the highest exponent. What number is it? Is it positive or negative? All of that. Okay, finding the sum, you're connecting, you're combining like terms. Okay, they have to have the same exponent. Keep the signs the same. Finding the difference, you need to distribute the negative. Okay, change the sign after the negative and then combine them only if they're like terms. Okay, combine like terms only if they have the same exponent. Okay, we're just going to do 3 on the back here. Okay, these want us to find the product. Okay, that means multiplies product. So remember what we did was we multiplied using the old school vertical method. Okay, where if I want to do this, I'm going to put x minus 1 underneath it like this and multiply it this way. Okay, this is a 1x. Then I'll do negative 1 times 3, negative 3, negative 1 times 1x, negative 1x, negative 1 times 7x squared, negative 7x squared. Okay, first I just multiplied the negative 1 times everything on top. Then I put a 0 here and I do x. X times 3 is positive 3x. X times 1x will be positive 1x squared. And then x times 7x squared will give me 7x cubed. Right, then I add 7x cubed. Negative 7 plus 1 is negative 6x squared. Negative 1 plus 3 would be positive 2x, and negative 3 plus 0 is negative 3. Okay, so that would be my answer. Also remember, if you're multiplying, we start with an x squared, we're putting another x in there, so your answer needs to start with x cubed. Okay, same thing. The first numbers multiply together to give you this. The last numbers multiply together to give you this. The inside, you have to work it out because you're going to be adding things together in there. Okay, so you can't just like, I wouldn't do FOIL or just multiply whatever you see. You need to do this method because these in the inside, in the middle, they're two things added together. Okay, so you need to do that to make sure that you get the right answer. Okay, 28 is 9c minus 1, okay, cubed. So that means we got to do 9c minus 1 times itself 3 times. Okay, so first I'm going to multiply it times itself the first time, okay, and I'm going to do a normal stacked way. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Negative 1 times 9c is negative 9c. Then I put a 0 here. 9c times negative 1, negative 9c. 9c times 9c, 81c squared. Then add 81c squared minus 18c plus 1. Okay, and this is how we did it in our notes, is we brought it back up here. 81c squared minus 18c plus 1, and then we did another 9c minus 1 underneath there, our third one. 1, 2, 3. Negative 1 times 1, negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 18, positive 18c. Negative 1 times 81c squared is negative 81c squared. Put a 0 here. 9c times 1, 9c times negative 18c. Negative 162, right? Negative 162c squared. And then 9c times 81c squared. It's going to be kind of big numbers. All right, 729. C cubed. All right, which is 9 cubed because this is 9 times 9 times 9, 729. Add them together. Okay, I'm going to write it down here. 729c cubed minus 162c squared. Oops. Hold on. Redo, because I got to add. Sorry. 729c cubed. Negative 81 plus negative 162. Negative 243c squared. 18 plus 9c. That's 27c. Okay, then negative 1 plus 0 is negative 1. Well, it's going to end up being pretty big numbers whenever you're cubing it like this, okay? Because 9 times 9 times 9 is 729. So that would be our answer there. And I said I was going to do number 30, but I'm actually going to do number 31, and I'll show you why. On this one, because we want to do synthetic division, it's because I want you to remember this is 1, okay, negative 4, 6. Now we skip x. Goes from x squared just to negative 6. So we got to put a 0 there. Okay, you got to put a 0 as a placeholder right here for 0x. Okay, then minus 6. Also negative 2. Remember, when we're doing synthetic division, dividing, you got to change the sign. Okay, so it's going to be positive 2. First term, I just bring it down. So the 1 just comes down. Then I multiply. 2 times 1, 2. Add. Negative 4 plus 2,